Women's Prize for Non-Fiction and the Women's Prize for Fiction. So will you now please welcome to the stage the chair of the 2024 Women's Prize for Non-Fiction judging panel, Professor Susanna Lipscomb.
Hello, everyone. Well, it has been a weighty joy to be chair of the judging panel for the inaugural Women's Prize for Non-Fiction. I want to thank the board for having the courage and impetus to create this important prize. And I want to thank particularly Kate Moss. This interventionist goddess spearheaded it. She's created this wonderful thing, and with the Women's Prize for Fiction and now the Women's Prize for Non-Fiction, she continues to be this wellspring, renewing it each year. Thank you, Kate. I judged with 4 extraordinary women. Venetia Lamanna, Professor Nicola Rollock, Women's Prize for Fiction winner Kamala Shamsi, and Anne Seba. And it was like being part of a very learned and brilliant book club. You were hardworking, you were gracious, and you were thoughtful. And I loved being with you. It was an honor to serve as your chair. One of the things you learn when you judge a prize like this, or when you judge this prize, is a secret that I'm going to share with all of you now. And it is this. This whole huge, glorious enterprise is run by an unimaginably tiny team of women. Christian Lewis, Lindsay Passmore, Annabelle Wright, and at the helm, the magnificent Executive Director, Claire Shanahan. That's it. 4 women who, wait for it, work part-time. Add in Kate and add in Development Director Sophie Hussey, and you have 6. So look around you. 6 women did this. Yeah, now's the room. Now, okay, so you may not need many people, or at least not many women, to run such a thing. But you do need much money, as Claire has said. And so I want to offer my utmost thanks to Find My Past, and particularly there to Maddie Gilbert, for supporting this prize, for having the vision to support this prize. And thank you for the shining example of a male ally that is Jason Bartholomew. As Claire said, though, the money problem hasn't been solved forever. And at this time, when funding for arts and literary ventures is trickier and a thornier question than ever, if you're at this party, if you think having women's prizes is a good idea, then seriously consider becoming a patron, because they need our pounds as well as their applause. So the point of all this effort is to elevate the voices of wonderful, incredible women writers. We chose 16 wonderful books for our long list. Your challenge this year is to read them all before there's another long list. But today I want to tell you about 6 superlative books that made our shortlist. They are Thunderclap, a memoir of art, life, and sudden death by Laura Cumming. This considers the extraordinary 17th century Dutch artist Karel Fabricius, Laura Cumming's artist father James, and all the ways we see. And we chose it for its exquisite prose, for its originality, and for its great-hearted intelligence. Doppelganger, A Trip into the Mirror World by Naomi Klein. This is a book about doubling, from our digital doubles to society's fascist doubles, which seem to edge ever closer. We chose it because it's whip-smart, funny, highly original, and trenchant. A Flat Place, a memoir by Noreen Massoud. This is a memoir travelogue that meditates on flat places as both memory and metaphor. We chose it because of its beautiful prose, that it offers something utterly unique, that is haunting and evocative. All That She Carried, the journey of Ashley Sack, a black family keepsake by Taya Miles. Excavating the lives of an enslaved mother and daughter through a material artifact We chose All That She Carried for its tender sensitivity, its deep research, and its measured lyrical prose. Code-Dependent, Living in the Shadow of AI by Madhumita Murgia. This examines the marginalized humans whose intelligence underpins artificial intelligence. We chose it because it's astute and gripping and deeply important. And How to Say Babylon, a Jamaican memoir by Safia Sinclair, tells the story of growing up in a Rastafari family in Jamaica and how words gave her freedom. And we chose it because it's an unforgettable, poignant, and revelatory story told in prose like poetry. I'd like to invite all 6 of these talented authors to join me on the stage.
Laura Cumming, Thunderclap. Naomi Klein, Doppelganger. Maureen Massoud, A Flat Place. Taya Miles, All That She Carried. Madhumita Murgia, Code-Dependent. Safia Sinclair, How to Say Babylon.
Thank you so much, Susie, and congratulations to everybody on the shortlist. Thank you so much. Come on, big round of applause. Thank you. And now, to the other podium, could you please welcome the chair of the 2024 judging panel for the Women's Prize for Fiction, Monica Ali.
Hello everyone. What an exciting evening. I'm so excited that my Fitbit has been buzzing to tell me I'm in my vigorous exercise, so I've really got to calm down. It's been an incredible experience and a great honour to chair this year's Fiction Prize. It's taken over my life in a really good way. I and my fellow judges have been totally immersed in reading brilliant books by brilliant women, and I want to thank my co-judges, Ayobami Adebayo, Laura Dockrell, Indira Varma and Anna Whitehouse for all the meaty conversations. It's been so great to work with fellow bibliophiles, and I'm so going to miss that now. We came up with a long list of 16 books, and I think that they really reflect the depth and the breadth of the way that women are choosing to engage with the world right now in their writing at this moment. Then we had the onerous task of getting it down to just 6 titles. That was not easy at all, but we are delighted with the shortlist, and those are in alphabetical order by author: The Wren by Anne Enright. We chose it for its scalpel-sharp prose, the beautiful imagery, the exquisite rendering of characters and relationships. Then Brotherless Night by V.V. Ganeshananthan. It's a searing, deeply moving novel. It's a spellbinding piece of storytelling. Restless Dolly Maunder by Kate Grenville. It's utterly transporting. It takes you to another time and place, and all of us judges just fell in love with Dolly. Enter Ghost by Isabella Hamad. It's an incredibly accomplished, deeply layered, nuanced book. It's simply a terrific achievement. Soldier Sailor by Claire Kilroy. We chose it because it's raw and funny and angry. It provokes a huge range of emotions in the reader, and we were simply blown away by it. River East, River West by Aubrey Lescure. It's an inversion of the usual immigrant story. It's original, it's funny, it's sometimes heartbreaking too, and it's a real page turner. So go out, read all of them. They are all exceptional, I promise you. And now let's get the authors onto the stage and show them some Women's Pride love.
Anne Enright, The Wren, The Wren. Bibi Ganashanathan, Brotherless Night. Isabella Hamad, Enter Ghost. Claire Kilroy, Soldier Sailor. Ray Lescure, River East, River West. And Kate Grenfell, who cannot be with us tonight, The Restless Dolly Munda.
Yep, you are done. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. Right, yes, okay, that was not your cue to start talking. No, definitely not. So, we're now going to have back onto the stage the chair of the non-fiction panel, Susanna Lipscomb, and Monica Alley, who's not leaving. Monica is not leaving. Just stay there, good. So we will announce the Women's Prize for Non-Fiction first, and then the Women's Prize for Fiction. Susie.
It's weighty. 6 wonderful books. But the winner of the 2024 Women's Prize for Non-Fiction, the inaugural winner, is Doppelganger.
I think Naomi might want to say a few words. Okay, quieten down. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. Can't believe all of this is for women's books. We don't have anything like this in North America, by the way. This is so beautiful. I want to thank everybody at the Women's Prize Trust for this extraordinary honor and evening. Kate Moss, Claire Shanahan, thank you so much, and your whole team, everyone we have met, for the way you honor our work and women's work generally. Thank you for welcoming me into this extraordinary literary sisterhood. You have already honored so many of my absolutely favorite writers in the world, my personal heroes, with the Fiction Prize and shortlists. I can't quite believe that I get to be part of inaugurating this nonfiction prize. It truly is my honor. I want to pay tribute to the amazing shortlist that I got to be a part of. I've just been immersed in these books and loving these women, Sophia, Madhumita, Noreen, Laura, Taya. I've just been struck by the ways our books are so different, but they're all playing with genre in different ways. But I've also been struck by the fact, by all of your commitment to examining the shadowlands of our world, the shadowlands of our economy, of our shared history, of our families, of our psyches. You all do this, and it is such an honor to be part of anything with all of you. Thank you. I also want to thank my mother. I got to be raised by a feminist mom, a documentary filmmaker, Bonnie Scher Klein. I wouldn't be here without you, Mom, if you're listening to the stream. And I even have a feminist mother-in-law, and who is a brilliant writer, Michelle Landsberg, who raised a feminist son, Avi Lewis, my incredible partner in all things. Avi, I love you. Our son, Toma, who I really owe the biggest thank you to because it's his 12th birthday. And he willingly shared his birthday with all of you. So I have this incredible publishing team at Allen Lane. This is a different kind of book for me. It's my 9th book, but it's really a departure. And it's much more personal, it's a little bit stranger, and I received nothing but excitement and encouragement from my editor, Tom Penn, from Stefan McGrath, the boss, from Karina Ramonti, and I'm just backed up by this amazing team, Ingrid, T, Julie. I just love you all. My agent's not here, Kimberly Witherspoon. I adore you. Jackie Joyner, Kendra Jewell, Harriet Clark, so many women. I just also want to share that last night when I left the wonderful festival that we had here, floating home, I went online, yeah, I still do that, and discovered that someone had been going around London angrily tearing down posters with my face on it, promoting the book. And the weird thing is, I didn't know what had angered them. I didn't know if it was what I had written about vaccine misinformation, what I had written about Zionism, what I had written about climate change and fossil-free books, which it just goes to show that the Women's Prize in nonfiction is not shying away from controversy. So I want to thank you for that, sincerely. I want to thank you for that because honestly, it isn't true of enough of our cultural institutions right now. So I want to honor you for that. I wrote Doppelganger out of a place of profound speechlessness. Deep in the pandemic, as the crisis we call normal began to heave back to life, I found I had lost faith in words, at least in the way I used to use them. Thesis, evidence, argument, more evidence, conclusion. I couldn't bring myself to write in a way that put that much faith in human reason. I needed to find a form that mirrored my internal vertigo. The figure of the double provided that form. It brought me into a deep reckoning with my personal brand, with my Jewish double, with the Holocaust as a twin of European imperialism, with Israel and Palestine as a doppelganger culture. The book ends in Gaza. It came out less than a month before October 7th. The past 7 months, I have been unable to focus on anything but the horrors in Gaza. And I no longer have any doubt about the power of words, either their power to harm or to help liberate. We know that words must matter because so many forces are working overtime to make them unsayable and unprintable. Jobs are lost, careers are ruined, reputations smeared, organizations banned, all over words. Words like apartheid, occupation, settler colonialism, anti-Zionism, genocide. This we might think of as the word front of the war. Though it does not bear comparison with the missile and bomb front, I still don't think there are any bystanders. I think we either come together to defend the right to speak freely, even when we disagree, or that right will be lost. In Gaza, poets, scholars, novelists, and journalists have risked everything, including their lives, to share their words with the world. The least we can do is listen. Thank you for this honor.
Thank you very much, Naomi. Congratulations to Naomi Klein. Thank you. And now, welcome back to the stage the chair of the 2024 panel of judges for fiction, Monica Ali, to announce their winner.
The winner of the 2024 Women's Prize for Fiction is Brotherless Night.
Gosh. Yesterday I was up here and I Midwest swaggered and was like, I'm from the Midwest and it's cold there and this is not cold and the reality of karmas. So it's so lovely to be here with all of you, and wow, what a community, what an incredible space for readers. I'm Vivi Ganeshanathan, also known as Sugi, and this was already such an amazing experience, and to hold the Bessie is completely wild. So I'd like to echo the thanks to the Women's Prize organization, which is so incredible, the judges and my fellow shortlisted authors. It's just a huge joy to be in the company of these brilliant minds, and hearing you all read yesterday was incredible. If those of you who were here, I'm sure, know what I mean. I got the feeling that I have at the very best readings when I want both to stay exactly where I am forever because I'm completely transfixed, and also to rush back to my own desk and start writing again so that I can be in conversation with what I've just heard. It was just totally electrifying, and I'm so grateful to be part of that conversation and to write to and about and for women's unapologetic, relentless, ferocious intelligence has been such a privilege. And to write with women, to write with other women writers, and to write in this incredible space of readers who appreciate women writers is just, that's one of the things that makes it possible. So thank you so much for this space and for seeing and hearing me too. I want to thank my wonderful, generous, warm team in Viking. There you are. Especially my editor, Isabel Wall, who has supported this book at every step. Isabel! Those of you who are whooping, get me. And Chloe Davies and Juliette Dudley, Olatoye Oladini, and really just everyone at Viking who has put this book out in a way that I couldn't even have imagined. And I'm also so grateful for my agent of 20 years, Stephanie Cabot, might be longer actually, who waited and waited and waited and waited and waited for this book and remained my agent and waited some more and has been its fiercest champion. I have known Rebecca Shapiro, Becca, one of my oldest friends since I was 5, and to read with her for essentially my entire life really shaped my loves and interests in the best ways. That she is the person who acquired my novels at Random House in the US meant the world to me. I also want to thank my current amazing editor at Random House, Caitlin McKenna, whose wise counsel and support brought me to the finish line at long last. I started this book in 2004. So in the US, this novel can vote. So thank you so much to everyone who told me that someday I would finish, which really was meant a lot to me. And I want to thank my colleagues and my students from whom I've learned so much. I have some chronic hand injuries that limit my typing, and a fair amount of this book was written via voice recognition and dictation. going to read codependent and think very carefully about that. Mixed feelings. I also want to thank the student access assistants who have helped me to type for the past few years. Hannah, Michaela, Maddie. AI doesn't really want to make using long thumbal words easy. My name, it comes out BB gun to shoot at them. So I really couldn't have done it without those students. How would this novel read? I mean, my goodness. I want to thank everyone who helped me with the research for this book, especially the women and doctors and scholars and civilians, the Tamil people who spoke to me and answered my questions about it during this time period, which is the first decade, approximately, of the Sri Lankan Civil War. I wanted to write a book in solidarity with civilians who had been trapped in war and in violence, and you made that real and possible by allowing me to learn about your experiences and sometimes even reading my drafts and telling me what I had gotten wrong, and then also telling me that you wanted to read the next chapter. In this era of brutality that has affected civilians not only in Sri Lanka, but also in Palestine, Sudan, Ukraine, and so many other places, more than I can name and more than I know, I want to note the number of precedents and that each one makes the next possible. I hope the good work of telling these stories makes it necessary and possible to tell different stories about collective liberation, freedom with justice, and security for all. I'm luckier than I can say to have been supported by brilliant Sri Lankans, both in Sri Lanka and in the diaspora. I want to name University Teachers for Human Rights Jaffna and the late Rajani Thiranagama, as well as her family. They have been among my best models of how to write and think rigorously and humanely. Sharika and Narmada, and of course Nirmala, who went above and beyond to record the audiobook. Thank you. I also want to thank my family. I really mean my whole family, which is globe scattered. I want to thank especially my parents, my brother and his family. I'd like to thank my brother for every brotherless night joke he has made. He really has quite the arsenal. I'm so grateful to have my brother and his family, my wonderful husband Travis, and my stepdaughters Amy and Philly. This is a huge honor, and thank you so much.
Right, we have, would you like a picture of the two winners together? Yes. Is Naomi there? Yes, maybe that. Now, well, come back into the middle and they'll take a... We need a Charlotte and a Bessie and a Naomi and a Sugi. Right, ladies and gentlemen, while they're doing that, I just want to say, well done to you, the audience. You were great, really great. It was a long ceremony with 2 prizes, and you didn't talk, and you are fabulous. So thank you very much. You have earned your drink at the bar. Do some dancing, there will be music, and I'll see you back here, same place, same time, with the sun, 2025.